Welcome back to the Homestead. So yesterday I got a shipment of trees in. Trees that I've been trying to get for a while. So I'm going to explain to you some of the differences between California and the Ozarks. In California, it's a fair weather state. Your garden centers, landscape centers, everything is pretty much open 24/7, 365 days a year, you know. You can get almost anything that you want pretty much all year round. There are some seasonal items, but they're open and you have a selection. Down here in the Ozarks, those centers are shut down. Like, they're not even open. Very few of only the very largest ones are open, and they have hardly no selection. Nothing at all because it's so cold. So I ordered these trees when I first came down here, but they didn't ship until now, till springtime, till planting time. Because trees are like the first thing that you need to plant on your property. They take so long to grow and produce for you. You need to get your trees in right away, or shade trees for that matter, if you're looking for a shade tree. So yeah, finally in April they came in. So I've been getting random shipments of trees because I've ordered quite a bit. I think I've ordered probably almost 50 trees. And I've got a lot of stuff that's come in. I'll take you outside and show you. I've been planting them in pots and waiting for me to prep the orchard area, which needed to be fenced off from my goats so they don't eat my trees. But one thing I really, really like about trees, which I think is important, is they produce an abundance of fruit and things for you to eat. You can preserve those things. You can can them, you can dry them, you can eat them fresh. And in comparison to a garden, now I'm not knocking a garden, but in comparison to garden vegetables, this is so much more simple. You get your tree, you plant it, you water it, some light pruning, maybe some disease management, and in time it's going to produce year after year after year for you with very minimal care. Garden, you have to start your seeds indoors, get your seeds going indoors. You have to prep your garden area, whether it's till or mulch or do all that stuff. Make your rows, transplant your seeds from indoors to outdoors to acclimate them to the sunlight and the temperature. Then put them in the ground, weed block it, mulch it, weed control, water it, irrigate it, maybe depending on where you're at, and then harvest it. And then you have to do it all over every year. It's just so much work. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's definitely worth it. But when we're talking about a comparison from trees to your garden, I'm a huge fan of fruit trees. Besides the fact that I just love all kinds of fruit. So let's get into these trees and see what we got. Most of these all come bare root. So, alright, this is a big boy right here. Well, looks like I got more zip ties. More ties around this root ball, which I'm not appreciating. I'm going to cut any of these roots. There we go. Try to free these up. Alright, tree number 1. This looks like the biggest boy. This guy's going to need a big pot. This is an almond tree. Stanley almond. Nut trees as well. Alright, this little guy here. This is a blueberry. See him over there. Some more blueberries. Yeah. Oh, no. Star blueberry. That's a big one. Must be a high bush and a low bush. What do you think? Alright. Okay. So get this one out. This is my second almond tree. Now, when it comes to most of your nut trees, you are going to need 2 varieties for pollination. So these come in a pack with 2 different types of almond trees. See, what do we got here? Black Gold Sweet Cherry. Yes, I was looking forward to this one. Black Gold Sweet Cherry. I'm hoping that one produces down here. Alright, what do we got next? Oh, that's a crazy root system. This is a dwarf Bartlett pear. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention when I ordered. I'm not a big fan of dwarf trees. I'll go with a semi-dwarf, but maybe that's why this root is just so stunning, because it's a dwarf. I may have to revisit these pear trees in a couple of years, because I'm not sure how I feel about the dwarf tree. What do we got here? Colossal chestnut. I don't know. Don't give me too big of a tree. Criminy sakes. Pay good money for that little twig. Apricot. Kind of convoluted in here. I just put this stuff together. Blueberry, another blueberry. Another blueberry. Blueberry. So man, that's doing good. 2, 4, 5 blueberries. It's been so long I forgot what I ordered. Now this tree, it's okay. It's got some shredding there. Fruiting honeysuckle. Honeyberry. Yeah, this is the first time that I've ever had honeyberries. I don't know how they're going to do. Never even eaten a honeyberry before, as a matter of fact. Here's another pecan, or a pecan. Man, those chestnut and pecan trees, dude, they did not grow them out at all. Finally, a standard pear. Flemish pear, standard tree. What do we got here? Dwarf pear, Seckel. That one's looking a little bit better. This might be the other honeyberry. Fruiting honeysuckle, yep. The other honeyberry variety for pollination. And then I think this is the last one. Dwarf pear, an eaglean pear. So lots of dwarf trees. Look at all this. Breeding medium. Okay, so this is probably one of my last shipments. I think I have maybe 2 more shipments coming in. Oh, forgive me. I've never seen blueberries shipped like, or blackberries shipped like this, but this is blackberries. A couple blackberries in here. So yeah, there's the shipment. So I need to get these potted in pots temporarily until my orchard is ready, and then I need to get them in the ground so they can start growing and start producing me some fruit. So had I had my area prepared and ready for planting, I would have been able to put these directly in the ground. I wouldn't have to be potting them now and then transplanting them later. But as you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos, that my fencing, my area, moving into a new homestead, sometimes your fencing in your area where you want to go is just not right. So I had to fence the area off to keep my goats out. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. And once that's done, I'll move these from the pot. So I'm expecting a month or less and these will be in the ground. But for you guys, when you order these trees like this, most likely they ship them at planting time for your specific zone. So you should be able to go directly in the ground if you have a spot ready. Let me get to planting.